My name is Mark Guglielmo, and I have a show coming up this Friday, opening, at A.P.E. Gallery, and it's a show about my photo collages, basically. I've been into photography since high school, really, so it's almost 25 years now. In the back of my mind, even when I was young, I always wanted to work on big collages, and I finally kind of dove in about 6-7 years ago. And this exhibit is the pieces that I've come up with over the past 7 years. I'll stand usually in the same place and take 3 or 4 rolls of one view, a couple of hundred different shots, and then when I get back to the studio and start putting them together, it's usually months, if not years after I've taken the shots, but invariably I don't get every single shot that I need for that whole rectangle. And so I'm forced to create. I'll have huge gaps in the view that I'll have to create with the doubles that I get done. So there's a sort of fantastical, creating from scratch where it's not literal. It does allow me to sort of paint with the photographs. I still photograph completely in the film traditional method. Like I have a film camera. I don't have a digital camera. All the collages that are on view in the exhibit are 4x6s, printed doubles from negatives that I tape together. And part of what works is that they're still created through a traditional developing process with chemicals and photographic paper. So for me, what I like about these images is even though it's one view, it's a view that is one based on reality, but it's not real because it's not one particular shot. It's shot taken at many different times in different directions. And then 2, it's pieced together in a new way. So to me, it speaks to my experience of reality, which is that life is very fragile. You know, we know that it's not guaranteed. We know that it can end in the next moment. And that also kind of lends kind of meaning to the images. It's like this is how the collages are held together right at this moment, but they're also fragile. They're taped together. I mean, it's just tape. So I know in the back of my mind over time the tape's going to dry. You know, it's going to flake off. So if there's not someone in 20, 30, 40 years to like help keep those together, well, they'll be gone too. You know, so it's all sort of in flux and fragile. Life, these collages, reality, you know, there's this fragile element that I think all of us like to not focus on as we live our lives, because it's hard to really appreciate how fragile things are and how fragile our existence is. It's terrifying in many ways. And I think the pieces kind of have that underlying, which I like.